This coming 4th of July, thousands of tea parties are planned throughout the United States. We caught up with a few organizers and asked them a few questions. First off, why are you here?
I'm here because I'm just tired of what's going on in Washington, and I think when Barack Obama was inaugurated and I finally saw what he and his administration, and Congress for that matter, left and right, Republicans and Democrats started doing with the exponential spending. Started under President Bush with TARP bailing out the banks. It actually started before that with George Bush and Nancy Pelosi and their tax stimulus, their economic stimulus of 2007 when we all received checks in the mail. To me, that proves the point that if you let us keep more of our money, we'll stimulate the economy. But that didn't teach them a lesson. So they had TARP to bail out banks. They had the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act of 2009 under the new president and Congress that spent $787 billion to stimulate the economy with shovel-ready jobs. But as we found out, nobody read the bill. There was money in there for doing studies in Iowa, I'm embarrassed to say, to study pig stink and things of that nature, and I don't see where that creates jobs. The excessive spending, which is going to lead to hyperinflation and just mass taxation, it's got to stop. And when the exponential spending started, that's when I decided I got to get off the couch and do something.
What message do you hope to send to Washington?
The message I really want to get out by being involved with tdubuque.org and the Tea Party movement and everything, there's a message I want to get to Washington, and that's one thing, but the message I really want to get out is to the American people. It's wake up. I was happy with what I was doing. I was in my little la-la land life. I'd sit on the couch and watch this and watch that. I'd go and do my own thing and the ball games and this and that, and I wasn't paying that much attention to what was going on around me. And then things started happening, and I started reading and listening to things and paying attention and poking around on the internet, and I figured out, hey, you know, we're kind of in trouble here, and I just started reading and reading and reading. And I think that's what I really want to get out, is America, you got to wake up. Gone are the days, unless you want the government to take care of you cradle to grave and tell you what you can and can't do, where you can and can't do it, what you can and can't eat, what doctor you can and can't go see, what they're going to cover when you get sick. Oh, you can't, you know, we're not covering that. But what I want people to do is wake up and start reading and learning about the Founding Fathers, economics, free markets, why it works, why socialism fails every time it's tried, and why, when you see what's going on in Washington, that's the road we're heading down. That's what I want. In Washington, I want them to stop. I want them to get rid of any bureaucracies that have been created over the last 100 years that are not in the Constitution. We're spending way too much money on those bureaucracies, and when I say bureaucracies, I mean National Education Association. How many thousands of people do we pay for their paycheck in our taxes? There's just a lot of bureaucracies all over the country that get bigger and bigger and bigger, and we're paying for them. So,
what do you hope to see in Washington as a result?
What I hope to happen as a result of the Tea Parties is, again, wake up America, and then in Washington what I want to happen is Congress to wake up and realize, oh, that's right, the American people can fire us next election. American people aren't stupid anymore. They're starting to wake up and pay attention. So I better change my ways.